Hello and welcome you over timesofIndia.com. I'm Akash Dasgupta. The ODI World Cup being played in India. Of course, the excitement levels are through the roof. The fans, of course, once again rooting for the men in blue Team India and hoping that they can win their third overall ODI World Cup title. First one in '83 under Kapil Dev's captaincy. The second one in 2011 under MS Dhoni's leadership. And the third one, will it be 2023 when Rohit Sharma is the captain? Now, talking about individual players, let's talk about one young man who has really risen through the ranks very, very rapidly and is doing really well for Team India in pretty much every format, and that is Shubman Gill. I'm talking about a 24-year-old opening batter from Punjab, Shubman, who made his international debut in 2019 in an ODI against New Zealand in Hamilton, and has since then, of course, risen through the ranks very, very rapidly. Now, when you talk about Shubman, one thing that experts really like to say about Shubman is that he's a serious impact player. And you can see that impact that Shubman makes, and has on a game of cricket from the very beginning, because he is an opening batter. Now, how Shubman starts off and paces his inning, you can tell in the first perhaps 3, 4, 5 overs that Shubman's been there, in the middle, you can tell whether he's going to score a big one or not. And more often than not, recently, he's been scoring some really, really big scores. Now, he's someone who has solid technique, which he's honed and perfected over the years, right from youth cricket and India A, and of course, under 19 cricket, and now onto the senior level. He also marries that solid technique with a very good temperament. You never see Shubman losing his cool on the field. Only once in a while you'll see him chastising himself, but overall he doesn't really lose his cool, and that's a great temperament to have in an international cricketer. He also has huge hunger for runs, and if you put all of that together, good technique, good temperament and hunger for runs, you have someone who eventually will become a run machine, and that's what Shubman is very quickly becoming. He idolizes Virat Kohli, and it's no surprise that just like Virat, he also is becoming quite the prolific run getter. Now, going into the World Cup, if you talk about 2023, this year, Shubman was the leading run getter overall in ODI cricket with a mind-boggling 1,230 runs in 20 innings. In 2023, going into the World Cup, he had 5 centuries and 5 half-centuries, an average of over 72 and a strike rate of over 105. Now, Shubman is someone who already has a double century in ODI cricket. Remember when Sachin scored the first double century in ODI cricket? It was unbelievable. No one really expected an individual score of 200 and plus in an ODI match. But now we have 10 such instances, and one of them is Shubman Gill's 200, which he scored against New Zealand in January 2023 in Hyderabad. That is the double century that he has in one-day cricket. He was also in the headlines big time because in 2023, he became the first batter in the history of the game to score centuries in Test cricket, ODI cricket, T20I cricket and the IPL in the same calendar year. That's what Shubman managed to do in 2023. So he went into the World Cup in absolutely red-hot form. Needless to say, he will be one of the key players for India overall in their overall campaign. He has the task of giving India solid, well-paced starts at the top of the order as an opener. He, of course, was the vice-captain of the 2018 Under-19 World Cup team, where he finished as the highest run getter and the player of the tournament. He secured an IPL contract, in fact, with KKR, which was worth 1.8 crore rupees even before he made his senior India team debut. Now, head coach Rahul Dravid, the senior head coach Rahul Dravid, is someone who has, of course, seen Shubman Gill up close and personal and from close quarters, even before he took up the senior India coaching job, because he was the coach of India A and under-19 teams, and that's the levels through which Shubman came up. So Dravid saw Shubman very closely, and he was very impressed by what he saw as well. And Shubman is somebody who has really a great future, a bright future, and the ODI World Cup is the perfect platform for him to make a huge splash. Not that he already hasn't, but a bigger splash and bigger headlines, which will of course catapult his status even more. Did you also know a little known fact about Shubman Gill? He carries a red handkerchief with him whenever he comes out to bat. Earlier, I know it was a white handkerchief, but then he switched to a red handkerchief, which turned out to be lucky. It's one of the superstitions which he has. It's a lot like Steve Waugh, isn't it? Because remember, Steve Waugh too used to carry a red handkerchief with him.
From breaking news, detailed analysis, in-depth interviews and explainers, follow the Times of India. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest.